She's always telling me where the camera is. And yet I have sunglasses on, so you can't tell where I'm looking anyway.
I'm hoping someday it sinks in because, you know, you see pictures of her online. She's like this. Even on her,
I look like I have two lazy eyes because I'm looking in the other direction every time.
Even on her own camera doing selfies. Can't figure out.
Nope.
Can't figure out where that camera is.
Stop.
All right, it's Tuesday morning. We both had things sell the same day that we listed them in the last couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to watch this next Sunday's show to see what we sold. But this one over here just had one this morning, and it's put a little bounce in your step.
It did. You know, it's always encouraging when you do that. And obviously, we know because you've been watching our channel, and you're probably living it too. Sales have been fewer and farther between. So it's been really discouraging and disheartening to work as hard as I feel like I've been working and not see the results. But, you know, every once in a while you get a little good sale that makes you feel like it's happening again.
Makes you feel relevant again.
Yeah,
like maybe you know what you're doing.
I picked it up either Friday or Sunday. I listed it yesterday, and it sold like less than 12 hours after listing. So I'm kind of happy.
And it was over $100, something you got at the
full,
bins.
And it was full price. Because I priced my stuff high, expecting that I'm going to have sales and negotiations and offers and all that kind of stuff. So it has me thinking maybe I should have priced it higher, but I priced it high to begin with.
For sure. All right, it's 8 o'clock. We better go.
Oh my God. Weirdo.
How'd you do?
Pretty good. I spent my usual, just over $60. It seems like that's the number, 60 something. And I've got a couple of good things. We'll see. I think I have maybe a really good one. I don't know who that is, sorry. Maybe have one other good pickup today. Could have been designer. I did find another Dolce & Gabbana shirt today, which was vintage 90s. I had to leave it behind because it was silk and it was really torn, and you can't really repair.
Oh, that's too bad.
Tears in silk. It was too far gone, unfortunately. That probably would have been a good piece.
Yeah. I had a very meh day. I'm bummed about it. The last rotation, I didn't even get one thing. Just a very small number of items and nothing that I'm like particularly excited about. Definitely some bread and butter, so it wasn't like it was a wasted trip, but I want to be able to find something cool, man. Something I can be excited about. Jeez.
I would say you wanted to find some bangers, but
I wanted to find some bangers.
That's not even a cool word anymore. The kids aren't even saying that anymore. So it's pretty much on brand for me to be saying it 5 years too late. But
it's true.
You know, I don't know what's the new thing.
I don't know. It's lit.
Lit, slick fits, slick drip, or whatever.
Everybody put your favorite slang, old or new, down in the comments.
Slang that the kids are saying these days.
No, I said old or new.
Okay.
Because some of our people aren't going to know any. We barely know them.
We don't.
So if you want people to actually comment, we want to hear about some of their bitchin' slang words.
I'm pretty sure that one's pretty old too.
That's my old blight. Jeez, you don't even understand me. She doesn't even understand me, guys.
6 years in, don't understand you.
All right, is it time to get coffee?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's your turn to buy.
Oh, yay.
I would like to say that I feel like you purposely orchestrate it so that you are the one who's buying coffee on Tuesday, because Tuesday is double points day. So
yes, I clearly think about that
why do you get all the double points, but you're still buying me coffee?
Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Just got back from the bins. I'm going to show you what I grabbed today. I've got some basic bread and butter stuff. And then I got a couple of really cool finds, so I'm just going to dive in. I literally just took everything out of the bag, so it makes it easier to show you. I spent $63 today, and we were there for about 2.5 hours. So one thing I picked up is this vintage Leathercraft briefcase, and made in the USA, top grain leather, these big brass zippers. These things sell well. I mean, I'll probably get about 50 bucks out of it, and I paid maybe 4 or 5 based on weight. It's like a portfolio / briefcase. I always like these. This is just a vintage, basic 70s, early 80s little pointelle knit sweater with a little bow at the neck. Again, just a basic bread and butter piece. It's really cute. It's a size small, so it'll probably sell for around $30 or so. Another basic bread and butter blouse with the banded collar, very 80s tag. Made in the USA, it looks like. Yep, made in the USA. It's just got some shoulder pads and it's a little bit country western-ish a little. I'll probably put that in the title. Again, another basic, vintage, probably 80s. Little women's button down and kind of a strange southwestern type of print. It's just very soft. Here's another one. Also probably, this is 100% cotton, also made in the USA. I'm undecided whether this is a pajama top or not. It feels like it could be a pajama top, but I don't know. It has real buttons. So I'm gonna list it as a regular blouse. It's just got a cute little vintage print on it. Nothing special here. This is just a vintage like 60s/70s, the type of lunch lady work vest that like everybody's Nana used to wear in the, I mean, at least in my family, wear over their clothes, just a chore apron. Probably like $20, $25. It just has a really cool pattern and print on it. This, I'm gonna have to look up the tag and see who makes it, but it's made in Italy and it's a nice summer frock. It's a little hole, but it's linen. And I just really liked the way it looked. It does say made in Italy in a size medium, but I don't know that tag. I'm gonna look it up real quick and see if it's still worth stitching that little hole and selling, because I think it's really cute. I don't know what I'll sell it for. I guess it depends on what the brand is. This one Katy grabbed for me. Pretty sure I would have grabbed it anyway. This is not vintage. This is just made by Guess Jeans. I love anything that is that white, off-white kind of poet blouse, embroidered, that kind of like hippie thing that's happening on this one. So pretty. It does have a couple of spots that I'm gonna try to treat. Unfortunately, this is not white. It is an off-white. So I'm gonna have to do my best to try to get these out. It's very light fabric and it didn't cost me nearly anything to purchase it. So if it doesn't work out, I'll just redonate, but the fabric is really pretty. I don't know if you can see all of it, all the embroidery work. If I get the spots out, I'll probably list it for 40 or 50 bucks. This is another fun 80s. It's got like a faux vest look to it with this, I don't even know. This looks a lot like Daisy Kingdom, vintage Daisy Kingdom fabric, although this is not handmade. It's just kind of goofy with this little gardening thing on it and some shoulder pads. Oh, look, and it ties in the back. Fancy.
Ooh.
Fancy. So probably like $30 or so. Vintage 60s, 70s patchwork apron. I love this. I'm gonna list this one higher than I do most aprons because I think that this could be worn over a basic denim pinafore dress or a solid color dress from the 60s or the 70s, and it would really like zhuzh it up a little and give it a little bit more personality. I love that vintage patchwork. I did pick up one of these just the other day, and here's another one. Just Orvis heavyweight shacket. And I'll list this in the neighborhood of $50. It was worth, nobody at the bins really picks up Orvis, but it always sells fast for me, so I'm happy to get it. This, I don't know if this was worth picking up. I didn't look it up. It's just a Dodgers bag. I don't know anything about it. I just picked it up because it's a Dodgers bag and it had something on it. I don't know who that is. I'm assuming it's a player. These little bags tend to go for good money if it's something of good subject matter. I don't know if this is or not. Guess we'll find out. It could have been a giveaway at a game. Who the heck knows? These are vintage 1970s heels. There were a whole bunch in the bins that were donated. Most of them were in really poor condition, so I left them behind, but I thought these were cool. They've got that like clear plastic lucite, and I'm just gonna clean that up. It's a little bit yellowed, which is probably came from my house with a smoker. I will actually clean these up just a little bit, but they're kind of fun. 70s. The brand is Stanley Phillipson, but they're nice leather made in Italy shoes. I don't think that the brand is anything specific. I'm gonna sell it based on style, but these are very like 70s disco era. Somebody would have worn these with a really cool dress. Cole Haan shoes. Again, I don't normally pick them up, but these are the Nike Air Cole Haan wingtips, and they're very nice shaped leather, men's. No scuffs, no signs of wear. I think I can get at least 50 bucks for these, where I would not normally pick up Cole Haan. As well made as that it is, it just doesn't really sell well, but these are very nice on the bottom. Leather soles and everything. This is another one of those puppets by Folkmanis. That's the tag right there. This one's like a wolf or a coyote. So he was pretty cool. I don't know what he's worth. Some of them are worth quite a bit. I don't know that this is one. Oh, he's a coyote for sure. And you know, if it's not worth a ton, it's probably worth at least 30 or 40 bucks. I haven't looked it up to see if this is one of the valuable ones. Maybe I'll get lucky. Who knows? This is a vintage 70s. I know that these are back and all the rage, and you can buy them everywhere super cheaply. However, you can't get most of them that are truly vintage just anywhere. Just one of those wall hangings. It's hanging wall art in, you know, browns and oranges, very earth tony. Probably $30, $40. I'll definitely be putting like boho and all that kind of stuff in the title. This is one of those cotton tapestry blankets. It's a Boyd's Bears one. The Boyd's Bears themselves aren't always worth a ton, but this is really cute, and this would be a nice gift for somebody that's a collector. There's a couple loose threads, I'll just snip those. But look how cute it is. So, I don't know, maybe there's a ton of them. If there are, then maybe it won't be worth listing for much, but I think I can get at least $30 or $40 for it. This is a vintage, probably 90s. Denim on the top, you know, rayon on the bottom. This was a popular look for a minute, but it still is. It's something that people will still wear. Button front with the full skirt. It says petites. I don't really think it's petite large. I'll measure it and double check, but I thought it was pretty. So it's like a $40 dress or so. This is a brand that was very expensive back with the Ed Hardy crew. So this was, you know, 90s, early Y2K, Christina V. This was like the female version of Ed Hardy stuff. I didn't buy it for the brand necessarily. I bought it for, again, this is that whole kind of like boho looking short. This is like a mini dress or a tunic. That's a dress, it's a size small. I just thought it was really pretty. So I'll put this up for probably $75 or so, more based on the design than the brand. So I liked that a lot. These are, strangely enough, this is a bolo. So these are made by Lucky, but these are early Y2K Lucky brand, 90s Y2K. These are the wide leg, like yoga pants or flare pants with the cutoff leg, and they have flowers on them. I actually saw a few people looking for this particular pair of pants in one of the vintage groups that I'm in, and they sell for a solid 100 plus. So I'm trying to see if there's a date on here somewhere. There is not, but anyway, these are a size large, and they have a drawstring waist, and they're a bolo. Keep an eye out. They're pretty great. I like them. I would actually wear those, I think. Okay. Ski pants, I don't always pick them up. Depends on the brand, but these are Volcom. Volcom is a, you know, a skiing, snowboarding type of brand for all that outdoorsy stuff. In particular, Volcom skiing or snowboarding pants sell pretty well. I haven't looked up this particular line yet, or this one, but some of them sell for upwards of 150 to 200 used. So I figured it was worth picking up for, you know, whatever, the $5 I paid, because they're kind of heavy. And again, I don't ever look this stuff up in the store, so I don't know, as I'm telling you this, what the things are going to sell for. A lot of you guys will comment and tell us in the post. By the time we've read the comments, we've obviously already done our research, but it's still nice to take a guess at some things. So these are vintage Nautica, made in Hong Kong. Just that wide whale pleated front, baggy corduroy look, which is a thing again. Probably not right now in the heat of the summer, but these made it to a Goodwill and didn't sell. Actually, they never made it to a Goodwill. 7/22/2023 is the date. So
Somebody's naughty at one of those stores.
Somebody's not doing their job. They never made it out on a rack, but worth picking up. I don't know what they sell for right now. I know last winter I was pricing them around 75 or so. I'm sure that's going to be about the same right now. I don't think it's changed. This is a vintage 90s, late 80s, early 90s Jessica Howard nautical dress. Very, for those of you that are into the whole yacht rock thing, like Katy and I like to go to. A big drop waist dress, very sailor nautical. Probably sell for like $50. This I can never quite leave behind. The merino wool made in Ireland, Aran crafts. Some are vintage, some are not. This one does not appear to be very vintage, but it is a full zip, gray, heavyweight, hand knit sweater jacket. I mean, I really like it. It has a hood and everything. I don't know what I'll list this one for, but probably like 100. Just a couple more things. Vintage NASCAR sheets, Watkins Glen NASCAR sheets. They're twin size. I've got the fitted and the flat sheet, and I don't know, 30, $40 maybe more. Depends. Certain NASCAR sheets go for quite a bit. Some do, some don't. I haven't looked this one up, but off the top of my head, I'm saying $30, $40. And then this set feels like practically dead stock. This is vintage. Made in the USA, Dan Rivers. I did see a tag here somewhere.
There are 3 pillowcases?
There are 3 pillowcases. It is yeah, I didn't look to see which ones are of best quality. I think this one might be. I'm just gonna chuck the one that aren't, or maybe just include them, but that's the pillowcases. I've got the fitted sheet. It does not appear to have the flat sheet, unfortunately. And it's just a vintage football NFL set. Some sell well and some don't sell quite as well. I'm not sure exactly what this one is going to sell for. I do think this is a full size and not a twin size. I could be wrong, but I think it's a full size. I'll have to measure it. So the fitted sheet is a twin size. I don't know, guys. I don't know what I'm going to price it at yet, but usually these I price around $100 or so. And then lastly, I picked up a couple of things. Vintage scarves. I've been picking these up lately. I think I'm just going to lot most of them that don't have value by themselves. Although this one does say Hermes. I'm not convinced it's a real one.
That's pretty awesome though.
It's a pretty cool scarf, even if it's not real. I might lump it in with a bunch of equestrian things and just not mention it by name, just because it's just a cool scarf. I mean, it is silk. It does say Hermes. It is tagged Hermes. It does not feel like the hand-rolled edges that it should have. This is the tag. I have not looked it up yet. Could be total garbage. It's not even stitched on 100% oh yeah, it is. That's me. So I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. And then there's this one, which actually feels more like it could have been Hermes because it's in better condition, but is not. It is not marked anywhere. This is just a silk and satin equestrian looking as well, which is also a very Hermes type of look. So I do have a couple of other equestrian things, and I think I'll just lot them together if this is not, you know, authentic. And again, I am not convinced if it is. I'll take some, you know, take a harder look, and I'll obviously do some research. I'll let you guys know. And that's it. That's what I got today.
Well, my part of the haul is probably going to be much shorter because, like I said, I didn't really have the best of luck today. But I still got some decent pieces that make it worth the, I don't know, $15 maybe. Let me see how much did I spend. But yeah, I had 8.5 pounds. I spent $16.07. So, at least I didn't spend much. Let's see, the first thing I have here, I'm just gonna pull the stuff out of the bag. This is actually a sweatshirt that Vikki gave me because she felt sorry for me. This is 2005. I just think it's a really cool graphic on it. This is Universal Aloha Spirit. This is a martial arts here in Las Vegas, but it's got this really cool tiger on it and the whole martial arts theme. And then you can see here, oh, it's a seminar, 2005 Universal Kempo Karate Martial Arts Seminar. You can see that on the front there. It's in good shape, doesn't seem to have any stains. So I don't know, maybe I'll get 40, 50 bucks for that. Next up, I have this vintage t-shirt from 2003. I mean, I don't know that I even would have necessarily picked this up, but I was desperate today. This says Duquesne baseball. I'm gonna go ahead and assume this is like high school baseball. The back says 2003 A10 championship. We're in it to win it. So I don't know, maybe I can get 30 bucks for that. It's on this Jersey's heavyweight blend tag. So it's a 2003 tag. Guys, remember I'm always telling you, check the tags when you know the date of something. It's a good way to learn. All right, next up, I actually have two of these. I don't know if they're the same size. This one is, let's see, what size does it say? Is it on here? Large. Wait, I don't know. What does that mean? Larger? Anyway, this is the Aramark uniform, and this is 7-Up. So it's got 7-Up stitch right there. It does look like it's vintage. This is probably late 90s, assembled in Mexico of USA fabric, but you've got your 7-Up there. So yeah, LGER, I don't know if that's supposed to be the size or what. Let's see what the other one says. Two, like I said, same thing. Yeah, this one's the same size. So 7-Up. I don't know what I can sell these for. Probably maybe like 40 bucks each. But I got two of those. So those are actually pretty cool. Those are probably like some of the cooler pieces I got today, even if they're not big sellers. Then I got a couple of t-shirts that I don't really know what their deal is, or if they were even worth picking up. But this is on an All Styles tag. This All Styles tag is Y2K. This is made in Mexico of USA fabric, but I know from the style of the actual All Style tag with the little A printed behind it that this is Y2K. And this, all this has on it is this little boom box, and it says boom. So I don't know, maybe I'll make 30 bucks on it, but it's kind of a cool shirt. It's not like any particular brand or anything like that. This one might be something better, but I don't know, who knows. The tag says toes on the nose, toes on the nose. It is made in USA. And it's a long sleeve shirt, really nice shape. It does have down printed on the sleeve, toes on the nose, but the only graphic that's on it is this kind of silhouette dude with a surfboard, surfer dude. So I don't know anything about this brand. I mean, maybe it was just a short-lived, streetwear brand. Actually, this is probably late 90s, early Y2K. It does have a .com on it. You'll definitely see, you can see .com stuff on 90s stuff, but it's going to be like later 90s generally, that they'd actually putting that on their tags or on their shirts. This does have some staining, so it'll have to be washed and probably bleached as well. Next up, here's a hat that Vikki gave me. It is kind of dirty, so I'm going to have to wash it. It's a Mitchell & Ness, so it's not vintage. This stuff, I mean, maybe it would be becoming vintage at some point, but it's definitely in the 2000s that this stuff came out. But it's an Anaheim Ducks, Mighty Ducks hat. And I don't know, maybe I can get like 30, 40 bucks for that. So it's another thing that Victoria gave me out of pity. Next up, I found this Cirque du Soleil sweatshirt. I've sold the jackets before, and these are like probably, I think vintage, like Y2K vintage, you know, made in Canada. I've done well with the jackets, but there might be a lot of these out there. I don't know. So let's just say I think I can probably get like 50 bucks for it. Maybe more, maybe less. I'd have to actually look it up. Next up, I have this Levi's Western shirt. You can see the pearl snaps and everything. I'm picking these up every time now. I just sold, you know, this isn't vintage. I just sold one a couple days ago on eBay for $70. So I'm definitely always going to be picking these up. These kind of denim shirts with the pearl snaps. Doesn't matter if they're vintage or not, they sell. So always grab those. Next up, again, I think I probably wouldn't have grabbed this except my pickings were so slim. This is not vintage. This is from 2020. It actually says on the tag. This is Budweiser Pac Sun. I mean, I very well might look this up and it'll be a bazillion of them out there. Maybe I can sell it for $15. I don't know. Hopefully I can sell it for more like 30, but it's just an all over print Budweiser button down shirt. So figured it was worth paying $1 for. Next up, I have this t-shirt on the Hanes Beefy T tag. You can see right there, this needs to be washed and bleached. US made components assembled in Mexico. This is going to be late 90s. This is another one, like, I don't know that I would normally pick this up. It's just, it's a paint store. This is what's on the front, but I just really like the graphic on the back. And again, it was only $1 and I needed some fodder for my stores. But I like the kind of multicolored painted hands on the back. It's kind of a cool design. So maybe I can get like 30 bucks for it. This is probably one of the better things I picked up today. This is a Wrangler Western shirt shacket. This is probably like 80s, maybe 90s. You can see it's quilted and insulated, and it's got the pearl snaps. It's a nice plaid flannel. You can see like the Western kind of details on there and on the back. This does have a bit of fuzz and kind of pilling on it, so I will take the sweater shaver to it and it'll definitely clean it up and make it look a lot better. This, I don't know what I'll price it. I need to see what they actually sell for, but I would hope at least I'll be able to price it for like 70 and get at least 50 for it. Very last thing, I might end up just giving this to Vikki to put in with her equestrian stuff, but I went ahead and grabbed this vintage. I mean, it looks like it's hand stitched. Let me show you what it looks like. Super cute. Got some cowboys roping some horses, got some stagecoaches, but you can see that it's like totally hand stitched. It's kind of a thicker material, so I don't really know what this is meant to be, if it's like a giant napkin or scarf. Vikki said it's maybe scarf, but it's, I mean, it's just a little bit thicker material. So, but it looks cool. So I'll probably be annoyed with it and not want to deal with it and give it to Vikki so she can lot it up with the other equestrian stuff. We'll see. I don't know. Anyway, that's everything for me. Again, not too super exciting, but I still picked up some cool pieces, and it is what it is. And since we're going at least 3 times a week now, hopefully next time will be better. I mean, they're still rotating super fast, so I couldn't really ask for a whole lot more. When you can't find anything, plus they're taking forever, that's like the worst, but it's been all right. So anyway, thank you guys so much, and we will see you next time on our next haul. What? Do you live in a cave, Grizz? Is that what's going on over here? You in deep? You gonna sleep through the hot summer? All right. You